Most engineers believe that writing great code is the ticket to promotion. John Ternus' journey to becoming Apple CEO proves they are wrong. He got it because of a habit he started 25 years ago as just another engineer on the team. And most engineers ignore this habit until it's too late. He didn't have special connections or a fancy business degree. He was just another engineer on the team who decided to act differently. 25 years later, CEO of the most valuable company in the world. So, what was the habit? It wasn't the code he wrote, it wasn't the product he shipped, it wasn't even the Apple Silicon transition, as brilliant as that was. It was something he did every single day. Something you can start today, even without the title. So let me ask you something. When do you think leadership starts? I've been exactly where you are. I used to believe the title had to come first and the responsibility would follow. I was wrong. Sound familiar? But think about what that costs you. Every day you wait for the title. Someone else is already leading without it. Building trust with the team. Solving problems nobody asked them to solve. Making the people around them better. And when the promotion comes, the manager already knows who to pick. It's not always the best engineer. It's the one who was already acting like a leader. Has this ever happened to you? Watching someone get promoted and thinking, I'm technically better than them. Why not me? I'll tell you why. This trap, waiting for the right title before you start leading, is one I fell into myself early in my career. When I joined Unilever, I had a plan. Marketing, that was my goal, my path, my identity. I had already been running a project for a year. I knew what I wanted. I walked into my MD's office ready to make my case. And he sat me down and said, before marketing, you need a year in sales. I didn't want it. I thought it was a complete waste of time. I thought I already had everything I needed. Sales? Me? That was someone else's job. I struggled. I really struggled. But something happened that year. I started understanding things I never understood from behind a desk. What the sales team actually needed, what the customer really care about, what strategy looks like when it hits the real world. And when I finally moved into marketing, the very thing I hated doing ended up being my secret weapon. I could build campaigns that actually worked because I had lived the other side. I could fight for budgets because I knew exactly what was at stake. I could lead a team because I understood every role in the room. And here's the connection I want you to make. You might not be moving into sales, but for engineer, leadership is your version of my sales year. Just like a year in sales made me a better marketeer, learning to lead will make you a better engineer. Not because you will be giving orders, but because you will finally understand the why behind the how. The skills that feels extra, the skill that feels like someone else's job, the skill you keep pushing to later until you realize it's actually the engine. Because here's what I see constantly with engineers. Many of us avoid leadership skills, not because we are lazy, but because we feel they don't concern us yet. We are waiting for the title, we are waiting for permission, we are waiting for someone to tap us on the shoulder and say, now it's your turn. But nobody is coming to tap you on the shoulder. Nobody. Leadership is not a job title, it's an attitude, and it shows up every single day, whether you are an engineer, a team lead, or a manager. in how you speak up in a meeting when nobody else will, in how you help a colleague debug a problem, not because you have to, but because that's who you are, in how you ask, why are we doing this, when everyone else just executes, in how you make the people around you better without anyone asking, in how you take ownership of a problem that isn't technically yours. That's what John Ternus did for 25 years at Apple. He didn't wait to become SVP to start leading. He didn't wait for Tim Cook to give him permission. He led as an engineer. He led as a VP. He led every single day. And Apple noticed. Stop writing code for a second and listen to this. Leadership actually reduces your bugs. Yes, you heard that right. Because when you lead, you stop building the wrong things. Sounds weird, right? How does learning to talk to people help you write better code? Because when you understand how decisions are made, you stop wasting time building the wrong things. Because when you know what your manager actually needs, you become the person they can afford to lose. Because when you see problems before they become disasters, you become the engineer everyone wants on their team. Because when you take ownership beyond your job description, you stop being replaceable. The very thing that feels extra right now is what will separate you from everyone else in the room. And when the promotion comes, you won't be starting from scratch. You will already be there. The engineers who get noticed are not the ones who write the best code. They are the ones who make everyone around them write better code. So let me ask you one question before you go. Not are you ready to be a manager, but are you already acting like one? Because John Ternus didn't become a leader in September 2026. He became one in 2001, when he was just another engineer on the team, when nobody knew his name, when he had no title, no authority, no guarantee of what was coming. He just showed up every day and led. And 25 years later, Apple gave him the keys. Your company is watching, not for the engineer who waits for permission to lead, for the one who already does. Start leading today, even without the title. If this resonated, subscribe. Every week I share what nobody told you about managing engineers. See you next week. Bye!